Have you ever wondered why some sounds just feel big and some words just feel small? Think about bronco, that climbs mountains and spits out boulders, and then think about Kia Sophia. It feels like it apologizes for parallel parking just a little too politely, right? But why? So here's something that we don't think about often enough, is that when we hear a word or say it, we're not just processing the meaning of the word, of the thing we're trying to communicate, we're also processing the sensation of the shape we make with our mouth as we push air out of our face to communicate about the thing that we're trying to communicate about. It's how the word moves in your mouth, how your tongue forces out the vowels. Linguists call this psychosemantics. No, it's not what I call it. Linguists call this phonosemantics. It means the meaning of sounds. They're not the most creative bunch. Phonosemantics is simply the idea that sounds carry meaning themselves beyond the actual word they're trying to communicate using those sounds. Now, the place that this shows up most clearly is vowels. Let's try something really quick. Say feet, e. Now say foot, foot. If you do it a couple of times and you don't mind the weird looks from other people, when you say feet, your tongue is in a much more forward position. E. And when you say foot, it's in a much further back position. You can even go e a couple times and move that like space where the vowel comes from back and forth a little bit. When you say e, it's in front, it's in the back. Once again, linguists have a very special name for these type of vowels. They call them front vowels and back vowels. I guess it gets the job done. Now, here's the neat part, or the cool part, or the strange part, or the weird part, depending on how into the science of sounds we make with our mouths you are. Across dozens of languages and cultures, there is a consistent association with the front vowels, the e's, the is, with small, light, fast things, and the back vowels, the uhs, the oohs, with slower, heavier, darker things. This isn't a coincidence. Like, just look at English really quick. Little, bitty, teeny, weeny, and then you got huge, gargantuan, humongous, colossal type of vowels describing things that are big. I guess big is a bit of an outlier because it is kind of neutral, isn't it? For my international fans out there, this also is true in Spanish. Think chico versus gordo, or in French, petit versus grand. I'm gonna have to cut that one out. Now, your brain is doing this automatically, unprompted, as you move along throughout this world, describing things with noise. My personal theory is that cavemen saw a tiny little mouse and made their mouth small and went, eh. And then a mammoth comes around the corner and they're like, oh. I don't know if this is true. If anybody knows a caveman, please have them reach out to me in the comments. Okay. Pop quiz, no thinking, gut reactions only. Which brand of laptop is bigger, Dettol or Dutal? Which vacuum cleaner is heavier, Keffy or Koofy? Which ketchup is thicker, Nellon or Nolan? Well, if you said Dutal, Koofy, and Nolan, congratulations, you are scientifically predictable. Little badge comes down here. Those are made up words, and it still holds true for something you had never even heard of before. Your brain is processing these things based upon the shape you're making with your mouth. And it goes even further than vowels. There's a very famous, well, famous if you're strange like me, experiment where researchers put two different shapes in front of people. One of them was round and chunky. One of them was sharp and spiky. Now, which one of these is named Booba? And which one of these is named Kiki? Well, if you're like 95% of the rest of the world across languages and cultures, Booba is the round dude, Kiki is the sharp dude. Side note, my wife and I did nickname our oldest son Booba during his chunky baby phase. He doesn't need to know that part. So when a word just feels right for something, it's not just vibes, it's not just what we've been conditioned to, it is your brain making decisions based upon how it moves itself to communicate. It is biology, it is psychology, it is your nervous system doing something that it knew how to do long before language was even a thing. Which is why this guy is probably named Gorog the Destroyer instead of Lisa. No offense to Lisa's out there. And with all that nonsense done, thanks for listening. See you later. Let's see if that works.